What's up, guys? Just trying to get a hang of some new changes to the live feed. Let's see if this works. Managing moderator. There's some notification here. Okay, I should be fine. I need to be able to know if people are joining. At the moment, there's no one, which is sad, but it should be okay. All right, so has anyone joined yet? Doesn't look like. Okay. Right. You've got this Reatan gaming mini PC A8. This is really nice beefy spec that we have. AMD Ryzen 7 8745HS. Pretty cool tech, this one. And let's open this up and let me see if someone's joining, and then we can quickly make a start. But this is a Reatan gaming mini PC. Really beefy spec. This is super cool, like a beast, this one. And in terms of the spec, you have AMD Ryzen 7 8745HS, 32 gigs of DDR5, 5600 megahertz, 1 terabyte of NVMe PCIe 4, and Oculink as well. It's got Oculink, so that's like golden. Oculink connects to an external dock where you can connect your RTX 4070 or 4090, whatever. New high-end GPU, so stack that up to play really cool games or do your AI processing and stuff like that. So it's really cool with that. It's also got its own GPU, which is Radeon 780M, which is itself pretty cool for like moderate gaming as well. So think of that, this being a really small form factor product, and it's just been capable of so much more. And with all the Radeon 780M graphics, it's got its own GPU within this small form factor, which is really cool. And then there's also the of course, the the AMD Ryzen 7, the 8745HS is also pretty cool. After this, I think there's the AMD Ryzen 9, which is like the next level beyond this. And 8745HS itself is like 4.9 gigahertz, like 8 cores, 16 threads, and about 4.9 gigahertz that is kind of supported with this specific item. It's pretty cool, new in the market, new tech, and we are going to be opening this up. We're going to be looking at what we have in there. It's also got USB-C, 2 USB-Cs, and Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2. It's a pretty powerful desktop PC. Yeah, like really cool. And yeah, obviously HDMI, DisplayPort, and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be looking at that in just about a bit. But this is pretty much how the boxes arrived. Very rare to find these, yeah. And it's quite expensive, about 550 quid. But there was I think a Black Friday deal at the time, about £377 or £377. That was the cost. But you can also buy this at, this is still in some sort of a discounted stage at the moment with some additional, checkout discounts type things. Just have a look on Amazon. Should be pretty much there. But yeah, we've got pretty cool beefy spec over here. And let's open this up now, right? So let me get rid of this plastic package, whatever you call it. That's pretty cool, right? I'm really looking forward to using this one. I don't think I have a display today. I'm going to probably try and hook it up to an external display, but I wish I could test it out properly today. But let's have a look. So this is the box. At the back, as you've seen, some spec A8 specification. That's the A8 model. This is what it's called. There are other models as well, slightly expensive, which have Ryzen 9 and 2 terabytes of storage and stuff. But this is kind of the basic, and I'm sure there is an upgrade option with the storage. So it's got one slot, which is 1 terabyte, and one slot as well for the RAM. So too many options available. And Oculink port, of course, itself, which should allow you to upgrade to much more. So that's really golden. This is one of its kind. Not many Oculink devices are there with that specific price point, right? And then there's also obviously the memory, 32 gigabytes DDR5. There's no DDR4, this is DDR5. All right. And then there's storage of 1 terabyte. So pretty cool. There's also CE, UKCA, FC, ROH certification. It is made in China. And here's the manufacturer information. Yeah, and stuff like that. Input 19 volts to 6.3 amps. That would be about 19 times 6.3, which would be about 120 watts. That's the power consumption here, just so you know. Okay, so simple math, by the way. Right, Wi-Fi 6E LAN. There are 2 LAN ports basically, so you can pretty much use this for gaming with 2 LAN ports. So let's open this up and see what we have in there. All right. Oops. Don't want it to wobble. There you are. White box, nothing major there. And inside you have, a lot of packaging, which is pretty cool for safety. And ta-da! Instruction manual comes first. And this is pretty much how it looks. We're going to be looking at that in just about a bit. But you have English user manual and Reatan reminder, safety warnings, usage, power, waterproof. This device is not waterproof, so please ensure that it stays dry. Right, always use provided charger that comes with this product, usage environment. You know, the usual sort of stuff there. Package includes the device, the charger or the power connector, and the dock to, right, so it can be ported, like connected at the back of your monitor too. So you should have those, like the docking, the back, you know, that stack that can be used to dock it back off of your monitor, where you basically use your monitor to be, you know, connected to your what's that called, the moving boom arm. So you could connect this there and the monitor stays on its stand rather than on the boom arm. So that would pretty much hide this, and yeah, it will just be a small form factor, the monitor itself, and you can keep it at the back hidden. Every time you turn it on would be basically to go at the back of the monitor, press the power button, and yeah, off you go. Really small form factor, really small. Like this is mini PC right now, right? And you have the connector, of course, and of course the instruction manual as well. And like I mentioned, 2 USB ports over here, USB-Cs. There is the audio connector and power button. On the other side, you have the 2 LAN ports, display port, HDMI 2.0, and 2 more USB-Cs. And on this side, you have this Oculink, which is, it looks like DisplayPort to me. But yeah, that's what we have. And some connection methods and mechanism. Connect your keyboard and mouse. You have USB-C, so it should be fine. 4 USB-Cs, quite a few of them. And there's obviously the USB, 4 USB-As and 2 USB-Cs. Yeah, yeah, that's what we have. And then you have connect to your power adapter, whatever that comes along. UFS, I don't think this comes with an OS, because obviously that will be quite expensive. For 377 quid, it's 12 months of warranty, and the email support@radeon.com. That's your support information, and this is in other languages, German, French, Chinese, and much more, Spanish, etc. At the back you have the website, radeon.com, and support@radeon.com, that's the email. So that's your instruction manual, and now off to the product itself. Just for you to know, there's one, I've got this on this tab over here. This is what it looks like. As you can see, this is how it's going to be, what you're going to be looking at, all these specs. And as you can see here, looks pretty cool. And all these pictures, high capacity, high performance, DDR5, sodium. So you can see SSD, NVMe. Yeah, as you can see, all these spec pretty much on there, what we looked at. So this is the USB 3.2, 10 gigabits. So I'm still on there, and on the other side you have USB 2. So that's the back where you have the LAN ports. You have the USB 2 that will probably just be used to connect to some docks, like your keyboard, wireless mouse, and stuff like that, or just headphones and things. That will be probably fine for that. And these ones are high-speed ones, which are on the side where you have the power button, right? Audio jack, power, and stuff like that you looked at just now. USB 4 on here as well. And you have the Oculink connection, as you can see, external docking station, where you can obviously connect something else, such as your 4070 RTX, which would be cool as well, right? And then you have, what else you have? Product structure. This is pretty cool, right? So radiator fan just at the top end, and then you have the motherboard. Where's that gone? There you have it. So Wi-Fi 6. Oh my gosh, what happens there? Okay, so radiator fan, the motherboard, Ryzen 7 HS is pretty much over here, as you can see, and then there's the 16 gigabytes DDR5, 5600 megahertz. These two, there are two of them. Oh, I thought there was just one, but obviously there are two, which means you can swap with two 32 gigabytes. Supports about 48 or 64, 96 I think it can go to, in fact. And then the 1TB PCI SSD is pretty much here, which you can upgrade as well. I think there are two slots there, but maybe we can, I'll see if I can find some time to review that. And then of course the enclosure and stuff. There's a radiator fan here, which should be pretty powerful because it will be quite hot in there. About 54 watts TDP as far as I know with this one. TDP is thermal dissipation, by the way. So I think that's what it supports. And these are obviously quad screen displays. You've got 4 ports basically that can be connected to 4 different screens. So rather than 1, 2, 3, you have 4 screens that you can connect this small device to, which is really massive, I would say. And all these different use cases where you can use these, and yeah, whatever. So that's the product page. You have a few discounts available: 15% at checkout, 13% at checkout. So we've got 2, like options available. So on top of the 539, so it probably is going to drop to that same amount, which was what, 377. Well, we'll find out. And there are all these different other options available. You can look to buy these other options. There are also, sales available with these. Like you have the Ryzen 9. This is the Ryzen 9 819 with a £100 voucher. So yeah, so that's what we have here. So yeah, pretty cool device already, as you can see. Now let's have a look at what it looks like in its physicality and form. This is pretty much how it is. Looks pretty cool, as you can see. Really, really nice, really cool. But in just about a bit, right? Well, let's see what we have in terms of the accessories inside of the box. So all that protective casing, but then you have the mounting bracket, metallic, some screws that would probably mount it at the back of your monitor. So there's no point in opening this up anyway. You have a massive power brick, which should be 120 watts from my calculation. Let's see. So this is 119.7 watts. As you can see here, 119.7 watts. So my calculation was absolutely spot on. 119.7 watts, that's the output. Input is about 100 to 40 volts, pretty standard. 2.5 amp max. Output is about 19 volts, 6.3 amp. Yeah, exactly that. That what was mentioned on the box was pretty much the same. And 119.7 watts. This is a pretty massive brick. Is this removable? No, it's all stuck in. I'm sure it must be removable in some way or the other, but it's a pretty massive brick and it's all pretty much connected. So always use this specific charger for this item. Don't use anything else, otherwise you're going to damage your mini PC. It's also not very expensive, but it's reasonably priced, right? And it's all really cool with all that spec. You don't want to miss out on that. So 120 watts power brick is pretty massive. But yeah, it's still small form factor, I would say. Like you've got chargers these days, 65-watt chargers now, these this big, although they've become thinner now. But they have these chargers these days, which are quite massive as well. But now, yeah, this is 120-watt charger that we have on here with this mini PC. And we've got a few people join in. Hello, guys. Please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. You also now have the HDMI to connect to your display. Looks pretty cool. And you have this mini PC, right? Let's have a look at the mini PC itself. This is the Reatan A8. That's the model. And let me just quickly, yeah. So Reatan A8. That's the model. Ryzen 7 8745HS. Radeon, AMD Radeon graphics, 780M, pretty much on board. Pretty cool. 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, 4.9 gigahertz of speed with the processor. So let's open this up. Brand new in the market. Really cool, high spec product, mini PC. Really small form factor, I would say. One of the smallest ones that I've seen before, or like in the past. It's always been like slightly massive ones, like the Intel ones or the HP ones. This is a brand new product that's coming into the market. And look at that. Wow. That's super cool. Look at that. And this is golden, right? This is the Oculink port, which would connect to an external dock where you can connect your GPU, external GPU, like the high-end GPU, RTX 4070, 90, what have you. You can connect there, and you get external GPU capacity for your AI processing, for your graphics, for your video streaming in 8K, 120 FPS. So really cool. And it's got this mesh, this scroll type thingy that goes on the top, which looks pretty cool. It's also got a massive thermal dissipation, like that power dissipation. So it stays cool. It's meant for that. And what is that? Rubber type thingy? Don't know. And it's got all these rubber base to just keep it all static, stable at one place. And all these ports, look at that. It's all pretty much there. These are USB 4. Yeah, USB 3.2, sorry. And then you've got the USB-C 4, and you've got the aux port power. Looks pretty cool. And then you have quick setting, description, press delete to enter BIOS. Okay. And all these specifications, CFC, RHS, UKC representation, PSC certification. So fully certified, made in China. This is the serial number. There's 32 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, NVMe PCIe 4. So really high spec product, this one. And this is the Reatan Ryzen 7 model, right? It's got its own onboard graphics of 780M, but you can, as I mentioned, Oculink port. Oculink is like golden these days with mini PCs. You get Oculink port and you can pretty much connect to external dock where you can connect your GPUs and run AI processing on there. With this 4.9 gigahertz of processor capacity, this is massive. It's really big. 2 LAN ports there. So guys who love gaming, this is for them, for like lossless connectivity to the internet. 1 display port, 1 HDMI port. This is HDMI 2.0. I would have loved to see 2.1 here, but HDMI 2.0 that is. But you also got the USB-C, right? So this is perfectly fine for connecting external docks. So basically, as it was mentioned on one of the advert, you can connect 4 displays with this little small form factor unit, right? That's pretty cool, right? You got this power, that's the socket, and where's the okay, yeah, so this is the power brick, which is about 120 watts, pretty massive. And let's open this up. I don't think this has an operating system, so I have to flash something on there, but just to give you a quick overview, that's your power brick on there, 120 watts. We did some calculation earlier on, so about 19, so it was also mentioned on the box as well. So the way you calculate wattage is the 19 volts, so that's about 6.3 amps, so 19 into 6.3 is about 119 point something, about 120 watts. So that's the power consumption here, and that was pretty much what was mentioned on the power brick as well, which is here. As you can see, hopefully that's visible. So 119.7 watts, that's the power consumption. That's the model information as well. And yeah, it's also a really small form factor for the spec that you get for this box. And yeah, looks pretty cool, this guy. Let's open this one up and get rid of it. Right, look at that. That's pretty cool. And 2 LAN ports. This is, and yeah, one thing to mention here, it's got these 2 holes, and what came with this was this connector. So like I mentioned before, you can pretty much connect this at the back of your monitor, and what happens then is you can just dock it at the back of your monitor, so it becomes really even more small form factor, so it's not even visible on your desk. So what you'd have your monitor, that's it, and it stays at the back. So you can, like what you could do is you dock it up like this, in this way, or just turn it around like this. It will be docked behind your monitor, and then what you have is the monitor in the front, and what you do is to turn it on, you press this button, or you can dock it up just like at the bottom, like upside down, and then you can press the button at the back of the monitor. So the monitor is all you see on the desk, and this stays at the back. Well, yeah, of course you'd have the power brick, of course, connecting to this guy from here to the power source. So that's where it will be. But this guy, due to this docking option, you can pretty much dock it up, connect it at the back of your monitor, and it stays there. It's hidden completely, and that's that's really cool, isn't it? And yeah, so that's your device. We're going to be testing this more. This is what it looks like. Really cool, right? Really nice form factor. This grill, all metallic. The box is a bit of a plastic, I guess it seems like. I think the bottom bit is metallic. Sides are plastic. You can make out, right, with the sound it shows. So metallic at the bottom, and plastic on the sides. The top end, these bits are plasticky, and this is all metallic. The grill, it has a big fan behind this, and that just maintains the heat dissipation. About 54 watts of TDP on this one. But yeah, that's your device. Yeah, so this is the Reatan AMD Ryzen 7 8745HS 4.9 gigahertz mini PC. This is all you need. Put it in your bag and just travel where you have to travel, right? This is really cool. Connected to your like a portable display, something like this. This is a tab, but of course you have mini displays as well. Hook it up to this and you're ready to go. Use a touch screen monitor. They are available for about 100 quid or something. Connect it to that, and you don't even need a keyboard or a mouse. All you need is like a display and this guy and some power source. Of course, you can get like a small 300-watt power station, which can also be portable, or you can obviously connect to whatever you have power available using this power brick, and it's about 120 watts. Connect it to the power source and you should be ready to go. That's your PC, high-speed PC with gaming spec, video editing spec, external Oculink port to connect to external GPU. That's nuts. That's really, really cool. Can't be better than that. It's got all these vents around on this side as well, as you can see. Really massive vents there for heat dissipation. So big one on the top, and on the side you have vents. At the bottom you have vents. So it's meant for heat dissipation. Yeah, that's a really, really cool device. There are two people who obviously joined. Do you have any questions on this specific tech? It's really cool. And of course we have other devices, but this is really reasonably priced, about 377 quid, 377 pounds. That's the price of this specific item. It's still on Black Friday sale. There are some coupons that are available. We will obviously have links available in the description. But this is the A8 model. This is the Reatan A8 model. Check it out on your Amazon or wherever else. It's a really cool product. So yeah, pretty cool. This is the model A8 as it says here, and the input voltage 19 volts, 6.3 amps. That translates to a 120 watts. And I would have loved if I could connect it to a display and show you how it works, but I have to flash the operating system to this because that doesn't come out of the box. I could just probably go over the Linux or something, like a light model version, or Windows. I don't know, probably not Windows. This is probably great for testing, development, gaming, and just productivity type of stuff, your AI productivity and stuff that you might be interested in. So this is pretty cool. Small box, small form factor, and really light, about what, like probably somewhat around your phone, smartphone type. That's how heavy it is, or not heavy at all. About, I think 200 grams or 250 grams, I would think. That's your Reatan A8 Ryzen 7 8745HS with about 1 terabyte of storage. That's the PCIe NVMe PCIe 4, and about 32 gigabytes of DDR5 5600 megahertz RAM, 2 slots basically, and you can swap the 2 slots with 32 gigabytes as well. I think it supports about 96 gigabytes in total, so you can basically go with the top end, and that's supported with the Ryzen 7 Radeon 780M graphics on board already, so you don't have to just you got the Oculink port, but you don't have to rely on the Oculink port. You can connect you can play games pretty much out of the box because it's got its onboard GPU. But if you need more GPU for your AI processing, for your graphics, for your video editing and stuff like that, if you need more GPU, you've got this option available in Oculink port that you can then extend to and use it. So really cool spec, really cool device. All these ports are available: DC port, two LAN ports, two 2.5 gigahertz LAN ports, one HDMI, one display port, two USB-As, USB 2.0s, and then on here you have two USB-Cs, and this is USB 4 and USB 3.2, so high-speed links, and your aux port, of course, and your power. This is how it sounds. Hopefully hearing that. And of course you've got this grill, this mesh, which stays, really useful for heat dissipation. And these stickers, of course, AMD stickers, AMD processors, AMD graphics on there. Really cool unit, this one, pretty cool. And we're going to be testing this more, of course. It's coming. It's coming. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. That is essential. That's going to be really, really useful for us. All right, so I will wrap it up here. Please do let us know if you have any questions, queries, concerns, any thoughts. If you need more information about this product, we will have links available. There will be information available in the description. But let us know if you have any questions, queries, anything at all. So yeah, I will wrap it up here. Thanks for watching. and see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers. Bye. Okay.